Welcome back. The internet has to know, Roger. Why is it important, or why does it even matter, to have my arms connected to my body during kettlebell ballistics? But before you answer, let's just use a swing as an example, okay? That's simple enough.
Simple enough.
All right, now let's make this answer simple.
First, we want to talk about training goal. If your goal is power, acceleration, if you want to make the kettlebell move quickly, then your best bet is to keep your arms in contact with your body. There are other goals that may not be important. You can do swings without your arms connected to your body at all, perfectly fine. But if your goal, if your goal is to make the kettlebell move quickly, then you want to keep your arm connected to your body. So let's start at the beginning. We start to swing. We have to use our legs. We use our leg muscles. We push the ground really, really hard. As hard as we can. That force, ground reaction force, goes from the ground up into our bodies and starts to make the kettlebell move. When we have motion, we have momentum. People often say momentum is mass in motion. So we have mass, so we have the kettlebell and we have us, the human moving the kettlebell. We have a combined momentum. Now, an interesting thing in physics is a concept called conservation of momentum. And when you have momentum moving in one direction and it's interacting with two things, so in this case, us and the kettlebell, as it's getting passed back and forth between them, it's going to be conserved. Conserved just means it's going to be maintained. Mm-hmm. So as we're getting from the bottom of the swing here all the way to the top, as soon as we get to this point here, okay, we have a combined momentum of us and the kettlebell. We stop moving. Our mass is not moving anymore.
Nope.
So all that momentum needs to go from the body into the arm. That's what's going to make the kettlebell swing. Theoretically, let's say this is a random value of 10. This means nothing. It's just a random number to illustrate. So let's say you have a combined momentum here of 10. As soon as the bell, that was the impact.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
That's you stop. That's what it sounds like if you listen closely. As soon as you stop, you put the brakes on really fast. That momentum of 10 has to be 10 here, okay? At least theoretically, okay? Now, what's the problem with that? It's never going to be 10. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The momentum is going to go places. There's energy going all kinds of different directions, and it's never going to be completely moved from one place to the other. Although we want to conserve as much of it as possible. When you look to arm-to-body contact, why the arm? Well, the arm is the thing. If you look at the link between the torso, the legs are moving the torso is moving the arms are moving the bell. So the link between you and the bell is the arm. So ideally, the thing that's going to transfer the momentum best is the torso spinning. And if you keep the arm on the torso, if you keep the arm on the leg, the momentum that's in your body more of it is going to make it to the bell. If you look at just simple surface area. Now let's take two different positions, and we'll both do this. Let's square up just so people can see.
You can see
us,
people.
This is me, right about here. This is where I could be comfortably during a swing. You can see I've got my tricep on my torso here. Moving down here, I've got my forearm on my wrist. As I come down here, I'm going to get a little bit of contact with my wrist on the side of my thigh. Okay, I don't know how yours looks. His might look differently. Different body types are going to have different contact. Now, if I turn to the side, you can see I'm not completely flush here because my chest is making my arm, it's my bosoms. It's making my arms stick out. Okay, he's got smaller bosoms, so less of a gap.
Cameras.
Okay, but now if we do this, let's say we rotate here, you can see there's a lot less surface area. Okay, I still have some contact here on the torso of my bicep, side of my bicep more, but I don't have, the bell is farther away from me. I don't have good control, good connection. That's another video, but I don't have the same surface area.
Stay right there and then go back to the other way. Show them the difference. Big difference right there. Beep, 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 beep. That's what it sounds like.
Obviously.
Yeah. We're too cheap to put in sound effects in the video, so.
Yeah, that's true. We need more views.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
So subscribe.
So what we're really looking at is the surface area between the arm and the body. The more we have, the more opportunity there is for transfer. if the arm's rotating, if it's not connected at all, if you break back too soon. A lot of people, really common beginner swing error, bell's coming back and you're already moving away. You're not going to get the transfer back and forth. Now, let's go back to this imaginary value of 10, that's your momentum. So if you're here, okay, 10, and then all of the 10 goes into the bell.
Yeah.
When you move down and back into your backswing, that 10 should get transferred again back into your arm.
Yeah.
But if you're here and you're moving away, then by the time it gets here, it's like a 2.
Oh,
okay?
too bad.
And it's now you're going to have to generate, you're going to have to use your legs, you're going to have to generate more force. It's going to be a lot less efficient. You're going to need to use more energy to complete the same task. It's going to be less powerful. It will also be less safe. So arm to body contact really just make sure that it's the point at which the momentum or force or whatever you want to call it goes from the body into the arm and the kettlebell and back. It's that point where things are passed back and forth, and the better the contact, the better the transfer is going to be. Now, not everyone's going to have good solid arm to body contact. You can see yours is better than mine. Okay, it's because he's got.
I suppose we covered that.
Yeah, but the transfer, your transfer is going to be better than mine. So he's going to be better long term at ballistics in most cases, and that's generally true. He's really good at that stuff. So you also may not, depending upon, let's say my shoulders are way out here and my hips are way out here, then I'm going to need to rotate in to close this space. That may be the case in some people. So don't just assume that this is the only way, because you may not be able to do that. But you should look at your connection, how well your arm stays in contact with your body, because the more contact you have, the better the force is going to transfer back and forth, better the momentum rather is going to transfer back and forth. And that's really what we want.
Yeah. So think about it, do the rehearsal like we advocate for. And when you do your swings or your snatch or whatever, we said swing, so we'll stick to that. But it applies to all ballistics, check it. And when you do that, check the video. See, are you making the most connection? Is there leaks? Slow it down. See, maybe you're bending back sooner than you thought. You might be. And I know I do sometimes, and very rare. Watch it. Don't admit your mistakes on videos. And check it and make sure you're getting the most out of it, because if you are, you're going to have a more powerful swing. If you're not, then you're leaving some stuff on the table.
You are.
Pretty much.
Definitely.
All right, bet. Check it out. Download our app, Bells by Iron Revival, on the iOS Apple App Store. I don't even say all that, but and like and subscribe. Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Yeah.